The advent of online chat for support, is it a curse or a blessing? The reason I want to talk about this is at one point in time in our life before the advent of easy online communication through chat using the internet, now you can click and chat with somebody on the other end. They're on a computer and you're on a computer and you're chatting back and forth. But just like text messages or emails or any other form of communication, it is so hard to get across your point. Your words don't necessarily show that you're in a good mood or that you're in a frustrated mood. And the person on the other end that's trying to help you, or if you're on the other end trying to help somebody, things can be so easily misinterpreted. Prime example of I've used online chat for in the last, let's say, year. I've used it for accessing the internet cable company and communicated with them because it's so much easier and I can do other things than sitting and chatting on the phone or waiting on the phone, especially depending on what you were trying to communicate with somebody or who you were trying to communicate during the pandemic. I honestly have been on voice hold for just about 2 hours, more than a half dozen times in the last year with different companies because of lack of people being able to deal with the calls because of the pandemic. Slowing down on, how do I put this? They were slowing down on giving good customer service on the phone. Many of these companies didn't know how to pivot and ensure that their customer support was at the highest level. So many of them have introduced online chat. Many of them had it prior, but they weren't really giving the greatest service to their online chat. So for a prime example, today I was on online chat with a company that I deal with for my auto and home and my boat insurance and all that stuff. And to call that company in the last 12 months since the pandemic, you could wait an hour and 45 to 2 hours to talk to somebody. They introduced for your online account, if you had set up an online account, a chat function. So you can chat with somebody. But in the first 10 to 15 minutes chatting with this gentleman, there was much miscommunication that would have been avoided if we actually were talking on the phone, because he would be able to hear my tonality. He would be able to hear if I was in a good mood or a frustrated mood and deal with me accordingly as a customer service rep, or I could deal with him better based on knowing, does he have a kind voice? Does he talk kind? Is he kind of a snot? Is he kind of rude? You can't tell any of that stuff from chat. So my point is the advent of online support. Is it a curse or a blessing? Well, I guess in some cases it's been a blessing, and in other cases it's been a curse because I've utilized it for my cell phone company. I've utilized it again for so many different things. And sometimes it just goes off without a hitch, and other times it's a giant pain in the ass because, again, the person doesn't know where I'm coming from except for based on my words. Well, what happens if my words aren't the greatest, or they're not in the greatest mood and they're reading my words and interpreting it incorrectly, and myself the same way? So about 15 minutes into our chat, he just come across and apologized because I give it to him. I sent a paragraph giving him crap that I didn't appreciate the fact of everything I was going through, and this didn't make any sense. And he reached out and apologized, said he was sorry for the confusion. Let's go over it again. So we went over it again and took a little bit longer. So maybe a voice call would have been better. But unfortunately, I didn't want to have to wait on hold for all that time. And the chat function gets you to talk to somebody within maximum 5 to 6 minutes, and you can get a lot of things done with it. But today was not an example of that. An hour and 30 some minutes later till we got it all ironed out, trying to figure out things through chat, which again, had he known where I was coming from, hearing me, and vice versa, we probably could have got it done in 15, 20 minutes. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on online chats for getting support and service. I appreciate your time. I hope you're having a great day. Have a fantastic evening, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. God bless you all. Peace out. Stay out of trouble.